What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Victor here from Golden China Cleaning Services here in Ottawa, and today I'm here to give you some tips on do's and don'ts when you're running a cleaning business. So let's get started. So we're going to start with the do's. Those are very important. First one, do write a contract. The contract will save you a lot of headaches. So one thing you want to write in your contract is the address, the time, the date that you're providing the cleaning, and all the information like price and what's included in your cleaning. So you're both on the same page with the client, so there's no headaches after on what they were expecting and what you were expecting as a cleaning service. Another one that I find very important, do make a time that you will be at the property. Don't just say, oh, I'll be there at 5. Give it a window. So I'll be there between 5 and 6. At least if anything happens that you're going to be late, you have more of a time window to be there. And a big one, if you're going to be late, please call your client, let them know, so you don't look unprofessional when you're 30 minutes late or whatever. You'll still look unprofessional, but it'll look a lot better. So another thing that's really important, do treat your employees with respect. That's very important. Instead of saying, hey, go clean the bathroom, say, hey, John, do you mind going to clean the bathroom for me, please? Yes, you're paying them to do a job, but you still got to treat people with respect. And that will go a long way. Treating people with respect, making them feel like they mean something, like they're human, it means a lot to them, and it will make them happy at work. It'll make them want to do their job properly. Another thing that's really important, when people do a good job, make sure to tell your team that you did a good job. You know, like us, we just won an award for Cleaning Company of the Year. First thing I did was call my team, hey guys, guess what? You guys did such an amazing job this year. We won the awards. Guess what? You guys are amazing. You know, make people feel good for what they do. That'll go a long way, and people will feel appreciated, and that's what you want. Never get into arguments with employees or with clients. That's a big no. Never get into an argument with an employee in front of a client. You never do that. It's disrespectful for the client, and it's disrespectful for your business. So you never do that. Something really big that I find that a lot of people do and that you shouldn't do at all is apprehend one of your employees in front of a client. You never do that, okay? Let's say your employee is doing something wrong that you trained him in a different way. No problem. You go up to him, you say it in a very low voice without making it too obvious. Hey buddy, you're doing it wrong, do it this way. Without making a big deal and no one noticing, because that's disrespectful for your employee and it looks bad in front of a client. Do make a different price for weekends and after hours that you do have for week. Just because, you know, your time is precious. Time is precious. Time is something we never get back. So I find that making a price a bit higher for weekends and holidays and after hours, you know, at least if you do get a job, you're getting paid a bit more, you'll be a bit more motivated, and it'll be worth it for you. Clients will understand. You know, unfortunately, you want us to come clean at 6 p.m. We close at 5. We will have to charge you extra. Most of the time, clients will probably just say, oh, never mind. Can we just book for another day, another hour during the week, you know, between the 8 and 5 that you guys are open? Great. At least everyone's happy and everyone's making money and everyone is the way it should be. A big one that I see a lot of people doing, and I understand it is hard not getting overpowered by your own power. So when you're in a situation where you are the boss or you're the manager or the supervisor and you're bossing other people around, don't let it get to your head. Still treat people with respect and still do the job the way it's supposed to be done. One thing that I've had happen in the past when I was an employee was one of my managers and one of my supervisors would not take any suggestions from the employees. Remember, yes, you're the boss, but you still have to listen to people's suggestions. You never know. Some people may have good ideas, And let's say one of your employees finds an easier way, faster way to clean the fridge, let's say. Do listen to him. What if it will save you time? No one is born knowing everything, and it's not a shame knowing that one of your employees knows a better way to do something and could save you time and money. I personally listen to every single suggestion my employees give me. Yeah, there's some that I don't really like it. I'll try it. It wasn't too good for me. Maybe it works for you. It doesn't work for me. But we still try it because it's called respect. We are there working as a team, so we respect everybody. This one is not a do or a don't. It's a bit of a suggestion. Make it fun. Okay, yeah, you're still working. You're still supposed to be the boss, whatever. But do make it fun. So what I like to do is once a month, once a week, whatever, make activities that you can do with your employees out of, work. So I'm not saying, be buddies, but, treat your team to, okay, Friday nights we go bowling, let's say. At least it takes the stress out of, the everyday life. It makes everyone in a better mood and everyone will be happy. I personally like doing activities with my employees. I have an employee that, we go see cars once a week, do things like that, and, do barbecues. It makes them feel special. It makes them happy, and that's all you want. You want your team to be happy at all times. So this one's a bit of a don't. So I personally, in my products, I have products that are stronger than others, like degreaser. And that degreaser, if it touches anything like wood, it will destroy the wood. It'll go right through. So one thing that I suggest you don't do is let everyone access to those products. What I do is, so that degreaser, I have access to it when I'm doing cleanings with one of my teammate members, or the supervisor. And that supervisor has gotten a training about that product and has signed a contract, a bit of a contract, let's say, of, yes, I understand that I cannot put this on wood. Yes, accidents happen. But if it becomes an everyday thing, then we got an issue. So that's what I do. Only the team leaders have access to that product. That's what I'd suggest you do. At least it's a bit controlled. Not everyone has those dangerous products. Like, we have a product that you put in the toilet and it's acid. You don't want everyone having access to that because it is dangerous, and it's better if only team leaders have it. One thing I suggest also is do not give access from the clients to your team members. Let me explain that. So I personally, when I talk to a client, I have the phone numbers, I have the emails, everything. When we get to the property, 99% of the time the clients are not there. When the client gets there, yes, my employees do talk to the client. That's perfectly fine. I trust my team members to be respectful, be professional, all that kind of stuff. But there is things that, my team members know that they cannot say to a client. So there's boundaries. I personally trust my teammates. There is people who, they might not know the right words to say to a client. So I personally would not allow my employees to talk to a client. It's not a not allow, it's like more of, I prefer not to. So what I would do is, tell everyone, when the client comes, you can say hi, be polite, but do your work and act professional. And again, I'm not saying don't talk to the client. No, you could talk to the client. But there are things that, are private between you and the client that the employees should not be getting into. Like prices, how much the client's paying, all that kind of stuff is between you and the client, not the whole team. So, do make your employees sign a do not disclosure contract. What do I mean by that? So, a contract that pretty much states that if that employee were to leave the business, he is not to start his own business and steal your clients. That is very important. You need to make them sign that because everyone can just start a business and steal your clients. Second, no one is in that contract as well. No one is to discuss out of work anything they have seen or heard from a client's property that is confidential and is not to come out of a client's property. One very important thing that I think everyone should ask, and at the beginning I didn't think about it, but this week I did a job and it happened, and this is very important. So when you're talking to the client for the first time, ask questions, and one of the questions you should be asking is, do you have any animals out of the ordinary in your property? Let me explain why. So this week I went to do a property and the client had an iguana. Yes, I'm not scared of iguanas, but you know, I'm cleaning and randomly I hear a noise and I turn around, there's this big ass iguana, beautiful animal. Yes, I jumped because I wasn't expecting it. You know, you want to know these things. You know, you walk into a client's property and he has a, 3-meter python, your life is in danger, you want to know about it. So these are the kind of questions you should be asking your client. You know, do you have any animals out of the ordinary? Out of the ordinary, like, okay, if you have a cat, I don't care. If you have a dog, I don't care. But if you have a skunk, I want to know about it. You know, these things that are very important to keep you and your team safe. One thing I would suggest as well that I personally do, and it saved me a lot of hassles, it is write in your contract that you reserve the right to take photos before and after the job is done, that you will not post them on your page unless you have gotten consent from the client. Because let's say, okay, after you leave, someone comes along and breaks something and it wasn't broken before you left. So that could save you a lot of hassle right there, because you have proof that it wasn't you. That's something that I write in my contract, and it's very important. Another thing that's very important, I don't know in other countries, but here in Canada, we have snow. So in the winter, you can't park on the street. So one thing that I make sure to write in my contract is that, unfortunately, we do not park on the street. The client, is responsible for clearing off the snow off their driveways to make sure that we can park on their driveway. And if you live in a building downtown, let's say, and you have a parking that we need to pay, make sure to let know your client and put it in the contract that they will be charged for that fee. Alright guys, I know there's so many more questions I could be answering, but I don't want to make the video too long for today. So if you have any more questions that I haven't answered, write them down below. I'll read them and make another video about it sometime next week or even this week. So don't forget to write that, like this video, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. And don't forget, let's make the world a better place.